Hey friends, welcome to my channel. You can probably tell that this video is different from my other content. We have no fancy YouTube background, my hair isn't done, I don't have any makeup on. Yeah, I'm really going through it right now. I'm having a bad time, and I feel like on social media, on Twitter and YouTube all the time, you see people putting out content where they're feeling, cheerful and happy, or at least it seems that way. And then it can sometimes seem like, everyone is always having a good time. Things are always going their way. They're always achieving something. But that's not always the case. And everyone goes through hardships. Absolutely everyone. And I thought that, it might be helpful for at least one person to see that I'm not always put together and happy all the time, and that things can get rough. I just broke up with my longtime boyfriend, and it's hard. And I really don't know how to, keep going with my business right now. When you have a small business that you're trying to grow, if you're an early entrepreneur, your business really relies on you. And right now, that's how it is for me, right? I have my own startup, Tenderfoot, that's going on. I am trying to build up a social media presence and a personal brand. And, so much of that, even my Twitter banner commissions that I have, so much of that is dependent on, me putting out this, cheerful personality that people want to be around. And knowing full well that I feel the way that I feel right now, that I'm probably going to feel this way for a while, I really didn't know, how can I keep going with that brand, with that presence, if that, cheerful exterior is not authentic to me and it's not how I really feel. And can I even pretend to be okay for a long enough time? So I put out a tweet the other day basically saying that my boyfriend and I broke up and that I'm hurting, and wondering how I can do this. So I thought for this video, kind of taking a break from my normal, Twitter startup-y related content, I would go through some of the comments that I got on my tweet. I won't go through all of them, but I thought it might be interesting to go through some of them. I got a very, very wide range of comments, so I think, I don't know, it might be entertaining. I have a cup of tea, I have my laptop open, we're just gonna go through them and I'll comment on some of them. This person says, "Hey April, sorry to hear this. It will take a while to get things back on track. Make some time for self-reflection, and I'm sure you'll be able to find a wave of positive and cheerful energy somewhere in you. Yoga helps. Stay strong." I like what some of this comment says, because it's about, finding it within yourself, finding that positivity and cheerfulness, not from other people, but within yourself. And right now, that seems really hard. Right now, I don't really know where that is. Whenever I try to be cheerful and positive, it just feels like I'm pretending. But I think I'll get there, right? I think I'll get to the place where I am able to be my own emotional support. I'm able to be my own best friend, and I'm able to provide that comfort and positivity to myself from myself. So yeah, we'll stay strong. We'll get there. This person says, take the time to just feel the thoughts and acknowledge it. I'm sure your clients will understand what you're going through. You will soon get back to being you. Do not resist crying. Reach to family and friends, and I'm here if I could be of any help. Thank you. I just want to juxtapose that message with this one that I received, which is, take a couple of days off. I'm a realtor. My entire business is based off of my happy personality. On heavy emotional days, you can't force it. Your clients will appreciate an absent you more than one who isn't taking care of herself. You can't pour from an empty cup. It's okay to cry, to grieve, to rest. Be like, when you're ready in a few days, come back. Be gentle with yourself. So there's kind of this juxtaposition of, like, keep pushing through it, tell people what's going on, versus like be absent until you're feeling good again to come back. I wonder how people feel about that. About if I'm speaking to a client, telling them that I'm going through a tough time, and maybe they'll understand. Thank you for putting your vulnerability out there. Take some time for yourself. If you can, reschedule. If you can't, ask a coworker to step in and help you. If you don't have a coworker who can help, share with your customer. They are human too. See, here's another one that's about sharing with your customer. Obviously, I don't have any coworkers that can step in with me. I am like a team of one for most of the things that I'm doing. But when it comes to sharing with your customer, I do want to share this before I forget. Obviously, I posted this tweet on Twitter, and a lot of my clients know me from Twitter. And one of the clients who I was working on a banner for at this time, he sent me a DM and he said, "Hey, saw your post on Twitter about the breakup. I'm so sorry. No rush on my work tasks. I'm happy to give you the time space you need. Hope you're doing okay." Like, what more can we ask for people? He's just so kind. And I do agree that a lot of clients, it would probably depend on the space that you're in, but if you're working with someone on a personal level, a lot of clients will understand that you're going through a tough time, and many of them will support you. And I think that I'm lucky to be able to have such great clients who do understand and who do give me space. And so I just wanted to share that. And if you're a client of someone who's really going through it, try to be like this. Try to give them time and space if you can, because you know what it's like to go through this yourself. And you'll wish that someone was out there like that, giving the same grace to you at that time. This person says, "So sorry for you, dear April." I guess I'm dear April. We care about you. It's going to be okay. People can't escape those feelings. There's a few things you can do to keep busy yourself. Meditate and spend your maximum time with friends and family. Just don't be alone. Time heals most everything. Yeah, I think part of what's getting me most is that feeling of being alone. Like, I just feel almost weak. I feel very vulnerable, exposed, because I always had this person that had my back. And I'm trying to tell myself that it's not like I don't have that anymore, because you can receive support, and that sort of support from friends and from family. And I'll get there. It's just a shift. And so I think that feeling of really not wanting to be alone, it'll get better over time. So yeah, friends, family, I'll work on it. This is kind of a weird one. You just need to be positive about yourself and think as if he is your enemy. While creating certain mindset could help you think it's real, I can feel you, with a smiley face. Think as if he is your enemy? He's not. I'll say that too. Our breakup wasn't messy. Like, no one did anything wrong. There's no hatred there, no blame there. I won't really get into, all the reasons why we broke up. But I will say that, it was mutual, and we both just decided that it was what would be best for both of us in the future. So, yeah, don't want to think of him as my enemy. That's just weird. Sorry you're hurting. It's all about balance. Try to take some time for you. Even if it's only an hour, meditation can be a great mental release. Yeah, I do feel like I want to get back into meditation or maybe journaling. Something that I can use to help myself release. Professionalism has to be a different relationship for you. Keep your personal life away from most of it. It is the hardest practice. Also, everything heals with time. Yeah, it's tough to separate my professional life with my personal life because so much of my personal life feeds directly into my professional life. People only follow me or subscribe to my channel because they like me. And if I'm sad and crying all the time, they probably won't like me as much. So that's a little bit tough. We need to be better at looking after young people in business. If a woman's husband walks out after 20 years, we give her the time we need, but we expect young people to have a resilience that we ourselves don't have. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard. And, it's not just women, it's not just young people. Like, everyone goes through personal hardships. And I think we need to, one, give ourselves more grace when we get through this, but two, give others grace when they go through it and you notice that someone else is really having a tough time, to not push them and to, give them the space that they need to heal. So, yeah. Time heals all wounds. I won't give any advice, but this will make you grow more as a person. Take time to live this moment with all its emotions. I'm sure you'll come back even stronger. Taking the time to live this moment with all the emotions is what I'm doing. Right, just feeling it all as much as I can. And I do have hope that I'll come through this stronger. I'm feeling kind of shattered right now. Broken, like I said earlier, weak, vulnerable, but I really do have hope that after I put the pieces together, after I get through this time of just feeling it all, then I'll be stronger. So sorry. It sucks we don't get instructions for this shit, doesn't it? Absolutely. Where's my instruction manual? I can only say what it's helping me, and I hope you'll find something useful. Meditation and breathing exercises, journaling, gym, embrace the sadness as part of the process. You'll get there. Thanks. I'm going to try all of those things, so I'll let you know later what actually ends up helping. With a community that supports you, you need time to go through the process, and someone or some people may cover you. That's why to grow a support group are as important as grow a business. We are stronger together. Lots of love for you. I agree with this one. I think a lot of people just throw themselves into their business and think that that's the most important thing, when in reality, it's really hard to do that alone. Even if you are a solo founder or you're a team of one, it doesn't mean that you're alone. If you take the time to build up a network of people who will support you, even if they have nothing to do with your business, that is just as important, if not more important, than working on growing your business itself. You could take a break and process your emotions and thoughts, but you'll risk missing out on opportunities. Don't do that. Don't say, yeah, you could take the time to look after yourself, but you'll miss out on all of these other things. Like, I'm not here to feel guilt about that. I don't think anyone should feel guilty or like they're missing out because they're taking the time to heal and to focus on themselves. So, no, don't worry about missing out on opportunities. They'll come your way, and you probably won't even be in the right mindset to recognize and take advantage of those opportunities if you're a hot mess. Yeah. My battery just died, so slightly different position. I got my computer here instead of here. Life, man. We're getting through it. Sorry to hear that, Aprilyn. I'm certain things will get better soon. Those who care about what you do will trust you along the way and help you through it. Thanks. I think trust is something big here that I can comment on, because I think part of why people are so hesitant to share when they're going through a rough time or they're feeling really bad is that they feel like it makes themselves less credible or potentially less trustworthy as individuals if they're going through a tough time. But I really don't think that that's the case. I actually think it's quite the opposite. If you know that someone is authentic enough to share when they're going through a tough time, you know that they're probably not BSing you on lots of other things. So yeah, I'm trying not to feel like I'm letting anyone down or like I'm hurting my image by showing that I get sad. I think that it could help. Here's some very practical advice. Make a list of 3 to 5 things about your life that are really good. It doesn't matter how big or small those things are. Type it out on your phone. Review the list when you're feeling down. Read it out loud, even to yourself. All right, together, let's make a list of 3 to 5 things that about my life that are really good. Okay. Well, 1, I have all of you people. My Twitter community and like burgeoning YouTube community is going really well, and I honestly do feel really supported by all of you. So very grateful for each and every one of you. So that's 1. 2, my business is going really well. Pretty much all of them across all fronts. Tenderfoot especially, I finally got a new technical co-founder that I was really looking for a long time. And I'm really excited about our team now and what we can accomplish together. So that's really good. 3, I just joined a new beginners volleyball league in Colorado, where I'm from. So I'm making some new friends there and honestly having a really good time with that. So that's 3. Can we make it to 5? 4, I have the support of my family and friends. I do have friends and family in the area, and I'm very lucky to be able to be by them as I'm kind of feeling pretty low and trying to get through it. And 5, I'm physically healthy, and that's huge. I'm usually always dealing with some sort of like really intense bad allergies or migraines or, you know, just like general flare-ups and inflammation. But I'm actually physically feeling, I mean, besides like all of the tears, like the headaches that come from crying and the stuffy nose that comes from crying, besides all of that, I'm actually in pretty good physical shape. So grateful for my health. Yay, those are my 5 things that I am grateful for about my life. So yeah, I know this video was very different from my normal content, but again, I just wanted to show you that not everyone is always happy and cheerful all of the time. We all go through lows, and I am taking the time to feel what I'm feeling, and I'm not going to try to pretend that everything's fine and I'm living a really happy life, because right now that's not the case. But I'll let you know when I do start to feel better and what's been helping, if that is anything that's interesting to you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.